Oh, you're highly welcome to this live edition, right? I especially want to welcome you all. I'm really, really, really very, very sorry to all those that have offended by not being online for a very long time now, right? For all those that have offended for a very long time now for not being online, I'm really, really sorry. Actually, it's not my fault. Like you can see, I've been working all day. Like it has not really been easy, but then I want to welcome you. I still remain myself, Okparachi Dozie Kingsley. I want to say a very big welcome to all of us that are watching. Wherever you're watching from, welcome back. I don't really want to do this. I don't really want to come online today because, like you can see, let me show you guys something. I have a lot of work packed here for me to do today. Are you seeing it? Lot and lot of work that need to be done. So all this work needs to be done. The loads, the pack are too much. So, but then I just came online because I have received some calls. I've gotten some messages from some of us that really care. Frankly speaking, I don't know that what I'm doing here is actually adding to some people's knowledge. I don't really know that what I'm actually doing here is helping people and we're also making friends and connecting, right? So during these few days that I've not been able to come online, some of you have reached out to me. Some have sent me message through my WhatsApp. Some has called me directly. Those that have my direct contacts to reach me, and those that have my Facebook page. Some have reached me as well, asking me they've not seen me online. That hope all is well. Hope I'm fine. Hope I'm good. The truth of the matter is this: I am very, very fine. I am very, very okay. I'm good. The only thing is that this last 3 days has been hell for me. When I mean hell, hell in terms of work, the the holiday, the summer holiday is gradually coming to an end. And people that traveled, most of them that went for holiday, most of them that went for summer holiday are beginning to return back to the country, and work is now a kind of piling up. A lot of work is now a kind of piling up. So the thing hooked me that I didn't even have a single time of myself, to not to talk about holding camera. So initially, you can see me those lives that we have done. Please let me know where you're watching from. If this is the first time of joining us, and if you're just joining us for the first time, also let me know. I especially want to welcome you all. I've really missed everybody. I really don't want to do this, but then I think it's because I missed you guys. I really missed you guys. So I I don't know what it's actually going to be if I stay like this long without saying hi to you people. So let me know where you're watching from. So because most of the people staying here in Finland who went for their summer holiday are actually coming back. So it's the works are getting larger and larger and bigger. So that is why my other work it's also increasing. So when I went for that job, that was Thursday, Friday, right? It was so hectic for me. I couldn't even finish up on time. Unlike me, that if I have the job, maybe I have like 8 hours to work. Within 7 hours, I must have finished the job and then resting for the rest 8 hours. But this time around, the job that I was supposed to finish for 8 hours, 9 hours, it extended to up to 10 hours, all those kind of stuff. So the job is not really easy for me. And that was why I couldn't hold my camera. When I'm videoing, when I'm talking, like you can see, I'm wasting more time that I'm supposed to use to work. But why I'm doing all those things is because I know that someone out there, some people out there are actually benefiting from you. So if I'm sacrificing my little time in order to give back to people, then I think it's worth it. But if I'm sacrificing this time and nobody is benefiting from me, then it's better I concentrate on my work, make more money, work more, and then focus on what I'm doing. So let me know if you have actually benefited anything from what I've done so far in the previous live sections we've had, and also let me know what you may want me to talk about today. One thing I want to talk about today is the stress that comes with work here in Finland, right? I will speak about this topic because most people don't really know. Most people, especially some of us who are not yet in Europe, some of us who have not really seen or tested how work is done out there, outside of our the place we were born, like in Africa. So it's entirely different from what we expect. Here, you can see my eyes. You guys are seeing my eyes, right? It's really, really, really a kind of more demanding than what we may think. So I normally use this opportunity to tell people that if you're traveling abroad, if you want to travel out, and if you want to, have yourself uh, in any other country where you're looking for greener pastures, I will tell you this: don't go there unprepared. And there is this argument going on. Someone asked me if he is a kind of 46 years old and getting to 40, in his late 40s, and getting to 50s, would I advise him to travel and start hustling abroad? The truth is this: despite the fact that we normally say that traveling out is better, traveling out as in going abroad is better. At least some people will say no how, no how, there is no how, at least there is no how it is not. Let me use my country, Nigeria, for example. There is no how it's not better than staying in Nigeria. No how, look at how things are getting worse, this one. But the truth is, traveling out is a personal thing. The way it worked for John might not be the way it worked for Obi. The way it worked for Andrew may not be the way it's going to work for Kelvin, right? Everyone has different, a kind of different situation that makes him or her to travel, and different, different thing he or she also need to consider. Number one, when you're traveling, age is very, very important. Age is very, very important. I want to talk about this today. Age is very, very important. Those of us watching, I will read your comment. Please send in your comment as usual. You know that this is all my lives, not my personal life, all my live streams has always been a kind of an interactive one, because I hate when I'm talking and I'm not getting responses from people. I hate it when I'm the only one, making the talkings, because when I communicate and you communicate back, it shows that something is actually going on. Some people are benefiting from it, and it also helps you to air your voice and let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you have in mind, some questions you want to ask me. If I have the answer, I'll read the comment, and if I have the answer, I'll spill it out to you. If I don't have, I will sincerely and without shame tell you that I don't have the answer, right? That is my own kind of person. So, um, if you're traveling, age is very, very important. Very, very important. Now, that guy that asked me the question, if he's 46 and getting to his 50s and he will want to travel out. Now, it depends on what you want to travel out to do. The kind of work somebody who is between, the kind of situation when traveling abroad, somebody who is between his early 20s and his early 30s is going to do may totally weigh down somebody who is in his late 40s and early 50s. Do you understand? Let me break it down so that we understand what I'm saying. We need to always use our brain. If you're coming here, you're coming to start from scratch. You don't have anything. The only thing you have is just you were able to get your visa. you had the money to get your visa, and after getting your visa, you just have little money to say, okay, even some people, some of us even don't have enough money to pay for our accommodation for 1 month in the country we're traveling to. So I want you to hear this. A time has passed when we normally take uncalculated risk. Now, risk is fine. I'm not saying, because most people that got rich today, they got rich today just because they were able to take risks, right? They got rich today just because they were able to see opportunities where people see disappointment, where people see a kind of risk, right? So they took that risk and it's worked for them. But I am telling you now that we are almost crossing 21st century. The era we are now, it's an era whereby whatever you want to do, you make calculation. And the era we are now is an era where if you want to make your calculation and you want to make your plans very well, you can do it better now than 20 years ago. Do you know why? Should I tell you why? The reason why is this: 20, 30 years ago, it would be impossible for you to stay in the country you are now and be watching me live. Like, the time is the same, everything is the same. You are wherever you are and you're watching me now in Finland, right? I'm currently in Finland now, and you are wherever you are and you're watching me, getting information directly from me. The time 20 years ago, 30 years back, it is impossible for you to know what is happening in real time in some other country or the country you actually want to travel to. In 20 years back, it might be almost impossible for you to send messages to somebody who is in UK and you are in Canada, or you are in Ghana, or you are in Nigeria, and the person will respond to you instantly. 20 years ago, some necessary information that you can access in the comfort of your home, from the comfort of your home, instantly, without stress. You may not be able to access those information 20 years ago, but now it is possible. So why is it not possible? Why is it not better and more possible for you to make effective plan and projections now than that time? So that is why it is better for you to take a calculated risk. Make your calculations very well. I will also break it down for you. Those that want to travel between the ages of 40 and above. Our advice, please listen to me. I'm advising you. If you're not coming here, maybe you have a master's. I'm not making this to be a kind of I'm not particularizing this to the country I'm into now, Finland. No, I'm not particularizing it to. I'm doing a kind of general survey, a kind of general advice, right? That's what I'm doing now. So if you are getting to your 40, you're getting to your late 40s and early 50s, it may be difficult for you to come and stand and face through what we're actually going through now. Probably, if actually you want to study, maybe you have a business already that you're managing in your country, that you want to go and acquire more knowledge and come back and manage it. Or maybe, probably, because of what the experiences you've acquired all these years and the knowledge you have all these years, you have been able to, secure one job or the other wherever country you are going to, that will help you and make you not to go through some certain stress. The reason is, you guys saw me last. Okay, if you have not been seeing me, at least for the past 5 days, you've been seeing the time I spent in doing my work, the time I spent in doing my jobs. If I do that job as a young man who still have fresh blood running in him, somebody who is in his early 50s, if you do it with me, I'm just giving you just 1 month. Definitely 1 month is too much. You will break down. You are going to break down. And the thing there is, if you say you want to do one job, our calculations, I did this calculation with us initially in my previous videos, but I will still repeat the same thing here. Our calculations are not always right. Whatever you have in your mind in whichever country you are and whichever country you want to travel to is entirely different from what you're going to see when you get in the country you want to be, because the circumstances and the conditions are not actually a kind of certain. So if you are in your country, maybe there is something you must have had. You said you're traveling out and you want to be making the country you're going to, and somebody assures you, maybe your agent or whosoever assures you that you're going to be making um, maybe 1,500 euro. I'm using that as an example. And you have it in mind, oh, if I get 1,500 euro, you convert it to Ghana cedis and you see how much it worth. You convert it to um, France. Which country uses France? France, Cameroon, right? You convert it to Cameroonian francs, what do they call it? You see how much it came out to be. You convert it to Nigerian naira. You see how huge the money is. I'm using that, or probably the person will tell you you're earning 2,000 or 2,005. By the time you calculate those money, yes, it may be much, but by the time you spend it in the country you earned it, you earn the money, you will see that almost nothing is left for you. So for you to see that you make extra savings, that you meet up your target, you must do extra jobs. Do you understand what I'm saying now? You must do extra jobs. It is virtually impossible for you to focus on one job except what I am advising people to do. If you want to make it in Europe, if you want to make it in any country you are, in any Western country you are, as you're looking at me, that is just my own mentality, because Europe, Western world has been structured in a way that you are not a kind of, they don't expect you. They structure it in a way that it may be impossible for you to have excess money to take out. They don't want you to take any money out. Whatever you earn here is ending here. Whatever you get here is ending here. If you live by the calculations, by the mathematics, by the rules that has already been set out. I am not telling you or advising anybody to break the rules, but playing smarter is enough. The only way you can be able to get something out of here is you imbibing the spirit of entrepreneurship, right? Having something, create something yourself. It mustn't be that you are going to create a new phone for us. No. It mustn't be that you're going to create maybe the new car that we have not seen before. No. When I'm saying creating for something for yourself, the world today, it's all about business. Whatever you do today in this world is all about business. If you say it's a lie, let me tell you why. For instance, you went to school and came out and graduated with first class. Somebody came from maybe Microsoft and hired you, right? The person hired you and told you that he's going to be paying you maybe $15,000 per month. Now, what between you and that person, what both of you are doing is business. Why is it business? Because there is an exchange that has transpired between you and him. He gave you something that you don't have, and you gave him something that he's looking for. That is business for you. That is business. But the one I'm talking about here is you trying to use your brain to carve out your own business different from that setting where they will cage you and call it salary. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. Maybe some people may be looking at it and say, okay, you yourself, what have you? Yes, but I saw this, I am seeing it, I am doing my part as well, and also using this early stage to also help people to understand how things work elsewhere. You can imagine the stress, you can imagine what you passed through. And somebody who don't have the head, somebody who don't have the brain, you continue doing this job, somebody who says he's 40, 45, 46. In the next 5 years, you're still earning the same 2,000 and saving 200 euro. If actually you even see, those that joined me in my last calculation, you may not even be able to save up to 200 every year, every month after your expenses. So you must think smart. You must make sure you are creative enough. You must make sure you are, even if you want to do the job, even if you want to work, bro, sis, whatever you are, whatever title I'm going to give to you or you have given to yourself, think the other way around. Think out of the box. The work in Europe is very, very stressful. But then another thing there is many people are looking for it. They have not even seen it. As I'm talking, they will say, you that even have it and you're saying this, let me have the job first. Then I will know what to do. Don't think like that. First of all, think what to do now that you don't have it. That is preparing for an opportunity so that when that opportunity comes, you don't need to waste more time in thinking what to do. Whatever condition you are now, whatever situation you are now, think a step further than exactly where you find yourself. Let me look at um, our comments, then I'll come back. Please send in your comments so that I can read it as well before we come back. Chai, there, how can on get Finland visa? Okay, I think you were trying to write, how can one get Finland visa? Esther Igboanugu, happy Sunday, Kings. That's a lot of work to do. Okay, all right, it's really a lot of work. Then who else? Sembrine Ka, hi from England. Okay, Sembrine Khan, you're welcome. Idon guess it's Samson. We miss you too. All right, I miss you guys. The Benz, hi from Anambra. All right, bro, how are you doing? Victory, Niger. Victory, you're welcome. Thank you for what you are doing, sir. All right, thank you. I really thank you people for also being part of this. Chai Dai said, this is my first time. I'm watching from Nigeria. Okay, Chai Dai, you're welcome. Extra Ibanugo, I understand the stress that comes with jobs abroad and it's for good. This too shall pass away. It can only pass away when you prepare for it to pass away. If you don't, it will remain there. Time are gone when people see, that is why if you read the Bible and understand it very well, I'm not trying to, you will see that the Bible is just practicalizing, how do I put it? The Bible is just practicalizing the principles of life, right? People put in the principles of life in Bible. Now, if I take like this job, this work is there, right? This I'm supposed to do this. Now, if I stay here and keep talking and keep doing this for the rest of today, and I don't do it, and then I sit back and pray, God, please let this work just finish in the next 5 minutes. What do you think will happen to the job? Will it do itself? It will not. So what is one thing that even some of us that are believers, some people who are Christians and all that, they say what, how do they put it? If you don't walk, if you pray without walking, it's just a kind of you doing whatever you're doing in vain. So that work is the most important. That work is the most important. You must endeavor to do the real thing, then leave the rest and watch out how it goes. In life, your actions speak higher, though chances of what we call luck, chances of what some people may term grace are there. But for me, those things, those two factors are just 5%, if actually it's up to 5%. 50% of it is your hard work. The remaining 45% is as it relates to the level of information you have, your interaction and relation with others, and also how you carry yourself in general. Do you understand? That's my own calculation about all this. So I don't know what your own calculation may be. Then Esther, Emmanuel Akinranade, sorry if I don't pronounce it well, pardon me. This is my first time. Can I enter Finland with tourist visa with intention to convert. Bro, watch my previous live, watch my previous videos on my YouTube channel. I have explained this. So going back to this will take me a lot of time. And I'm hoping to do this live only for just 1 hour. Only for just so if I want to talk about it now, it's going to take me like a lot of time. So there are a lot of videos, there are a lot of live I've done. If you can be patient enough to watch those lives, watch those videos I've posted there. For those who are joining me for the first time, what I do here is to give information. In my YouTube channel, you can go through it. I have shown every process I passed through, how you can get job, how you can get whatever you want. All those things are already there. The processes you have to follow, the one by one steps you need to take, all of them I have listed them. The videos are there for you to watch. But our problem is that sometimes we see those informations, we don't want to go through it. We will prefer asking, right? Yes, ask, you shall receive. You have asked and I've given it to you. So it's left for you to take action by watching and then doing the real thing. Emmanuel, how many days will it take to get work permit inside Finland? Do you know the process itself? So if you don't know the process, if you don't know how to start, how will you know how many days it's going to take? First of all, you need to get you are now drawing me back, but I want to say you need to, if you are processing, there is no work permit that you get without getting a job. If you want to get a work permit in Finland, you need to get a job here in Finland by a Finnish employer or a company resident here in Finland that can give you a work contract. When you get the work contract, with that particular work contract, you now use it to make your application for work permit at the Finnish Immigration Service closer to you. I don't know the country you're watching from, but from your name, it should be in Nigeria. So make your application. So the processes, every other thing, I have spewed it. I'll go to my YouTube channel, go to the list of my videos, the titles of the videos are there, watch them, and then get all that information that you need. Jane, how many paid vacation days in a year do you have in Finland? Okay, it depends. Paid vacation days depend on your contract with the company you're actually working for. Assuming I'm an employee, then I'm entitled to paid vacation days, right? So it depends. Some people make it compulsory. This is what they will tell you. Some people make, so it depends on what actually you is. For me, I'm not an employee now. I'm working as an independent person. So my paid holiday, I can decide to go for holiday anytime I want. Nobody is paying me for that. I'm using my money for it, and whenever I want, whenever I feel like, I'll go as long as I have the money to do that. So for those who are employees and all that, that's left for them. Azubi Keshedrak, good day. Tio Mahi, South Africa. Okay, Tio, you're welcome. Emmanuel said he's watching from Nigeria. Azubi Keshedrak. See, I don't know what you mean. Afulu said, all I hear is click, click. What do you mean by click, click? All you hear is click, click. Sorry, let me understand, please. If you lose screw and nuts, please let me know what you mean. Zizi Mouse, hell coy. I don't understand what you mean by hell coy. Jojo, you are you are spitting the truth, the truth and facts. Okay, Jojo. God bless you, one. You're welcome, my brother. Zizi said, nice one. Okay. Um, Health Minister. Guys, I'm coming back to our topic because we really need to deal with it. At least I'm going to use the next. I'm here. I'm here already for 30 minutes, so it's remaining 30 minutes so that I can focus and work as well. Ijoma Morin, how can you compare Finland and Austria? Okay. If I maybe we need to go into detail in trying to compare that. So maybe next time I'm going to come live, if I ask us to give me topic to talk about, you can suggest the topic. Now we have a topic we're dealing with. So next time, if you want us to drill on this topic, you bring it out and people will vote for it. If people vote enormously for it, we'll go for it and then talk about it, break everything down. When we're doing this, we use so many indices in trying to carry out this type of analysis, economically, socially, health-wise. We use so many indices in order to look at this kind of topic to ascertain the real truth about it. So we're not talking about it now. Azubike Shedrak, what of barbing work? Okay, hairdressing and the rest of them. So if you're a professional in that, you can also look out for that, because many people are also looking at these are skills that are in high value for people out here, because not much people do it. Not everybody will bring out themselves to learn it, but people go to school even to learn, right? So that's just that. I'm fine, sir. How are you? Okay. Let me read some comments. Afemike Haoa, you're welcome. Fresh Smart, Fresh Start Abroad. Sir, please give me tips on how to stand out as I intend to apply for the autumn joint admission. I have worked so hard applying with no luck. I follow every instructions. Please advise me. Fresh Start Abroad. You really want to have your fresh start abroad? Okay, if I am to advise you, um most of the schools I like applying to that demand you, most of the schools I like applying to that demands you doing much work, but your work is actually going to pay you very well if you do it the right way. Some of the schools I told you I got admission in, I got in UK, I got in Canada, I got in US, right? So these schools, one thing I like about them, this country's, admission, one thing I like about them is when you're making the application and you meet their criteria, the next thing that can determine if they will take you or not is what they call, what's it called? Your, it's not statement of, but there is what they call it. Why did I forget it? But it's like is a kind of statement of purpose, but I've forgotten the term they normally use for it, right? So it's where you're going to tell your reasons. It's where you're going to tell why you are studying, why you want to study this course. Why do you want to study this course? Of what benefit is this course going to be to you? The school you are applying to, why do you choose this school? The course you want to apply, why don't you apply it in your home country? What reasons? So when you are writing about all these things, this is where you do your main job, and to some extent it goes a long way to determine if you're going to get that admission or not. So if it were to be those countries and they demand all these things, these are areas you actually need to look deep into, right? These are areas you actually need to look deep into and make sure that you perfect every other thing. Just go online. One thing about us is that most informations we need are all there waiting for us. Go online, search for samples of that thing you want to write. Look at them. Don't copy them. Don't copy verbatim everything you see. I don't even advise you to copy. Read them. Read about 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Then draft your own freshly by your own self, because situation differs. Your own personal story may even convince the admission board themselves, and they will give you what you need. So that's my own advice if I am to advise you. Then the Lord is my provider said, you are doing well, bro. You have to always remind your viewers that getting a work visa is not easy for unskilled jobs. Okay. The truth of the matter is this. Years ago, people see it as something that is impossible. I am not somebody who implants negativity into the minds and thoughts of people. I am always positively minded in whatever I do. Like I always tell you guys, where they say that it's impossible to have a breakthrough there, that is where I always excel, right? The reason is it always takes me time, but definitely I must have that breakthrough that I needed, except I have not decided on my own self to have that breakthrough. So when you say it is not easy, I like that word when you say it is not easy, but you didn't say it is impossible. Do you understand what I'm saying now? When you say it is not easy, I like it, but you did not say it's impossible. When people can look out from it or look outside of it is when you say it is impossible. Yes, it's not easy, but day by day, many people are still getting it. Day by day, many people are still getting it. It thereby means there is something we're not doing right, or there is something we are not doing. So, in my own situation, at some point it was very, very impossible because I kept getting rejection upon rejection. I kept getting should I it's not denial because me myself, before, I have not applied for any visa and got denied for it. Before I apply, I must make sure that I have everything I need to, every requirement they need, I have them, and then do my homework properly before I make application. And once I make my application, it gets approved. It's difficult for me to, I have not gotten, and God will not allow me to start getting it from now. So that is the kind of person I am. So when you say, when I was doing mine, please go to my YouTube channel. If you really want to understand the kind of person I am, understand my own story, understand everything I'm telling you, let it be in your mind that I'm a kind of person that teaches people with my own personal experience, with what I have passed through. There is nothing I will tell you to do that I haven't done. There is no result I will be expecting from you that I have not gotten. Right? That is the kind of person I am. If I tell you to apply for jobs, it doesn't mean I have applied and applied and applied. Go to my YouTube channel, watch my video on how I got job in Finland from Nigeria. Go to my YouTube channel. There are so many videos out there in that channel that can help you, right? So before I got this job that brought me here, I had I have gotten about four from Australia as well and UK. But the cost of money they were calling for me to start making preparing my document, because I came in as a welder, and the before you start preparing or making application for Australian permit to work in Australia, there are some certain documents you need to present. One of them is trade test. I need to first of all go to the body in Australia that have to do so many processes. And the worst part is not that I'm not afraid of the processes. As of then, I had no money. I cannot afford the cost, because it was about 3 to 4 thousand dollars, Australian dollars, as of then. I don't know how much it costs now. So I wasn't ready. I was ready, but I don't have the financial muscles as of then to do it. So if you are that kind of person who is now in my condition, the condition that I was as of then, I will give you the advice of not giving up. One thing people don't understand is that there are some, if you cannot wake up one day and say you want to travel abroad without making preparation. Some people just have it in mind, they want to travel. They have not prepared, they don't have any plan. You must have a plan for your traveling dreams to come to pass. You must have a plan for your travel dreams to be realized. There is no building on earth that has been built without a plan. Even if the plan is not written, it is in the person's head that constructed that building. Go everywhere and research about it. So how would you now want to build a house of your own and you don't have a plan? You have not, the head, our brain, God made it in a way that our brain is the most creative thing that can ever exist in the whole of this world, in the whole of creation. The most creative thing on earth that can ever exist is this brain. And the most elastic thing that can ever exist in this planet Earth, the most thing that has the ability, the elasticity ability, the highest elasticity ability is your brain, because this brain can be stretched, it can be expanded to an unimaginable level that you can ever think of. But the problem there is that we don't stress it. Most of us, When we want to stress the brain and it seems as if our head is turning, we'll just calm down and sleep, right? That time you are thinking, that time you are doing something, maybe you are thinking and thinking, and it's as if your brain is a kind of having a kind continue, because that time you have gotten to the level, at that particular time you have gotten to the level at which is the size of development your brain is. For you to stretch it higher, you must go beyond that. And when you're stretching it, it's not going to be easy for it. I don't know how to demonstrate this. I don't know if I have a rubber band. I don't have a rubber band with me. But you should understand what I mean. When you have a rubber band in your head, in your hand, when you're stretching it to a certain point, you know that you don't require much energy to do that, true or false. Now, if you are stretching it, the more you are stretching it, the more energy you need. The more you're stretching it, the more energy you need. There is a place you will get to. It's as if it has reached the end point. But if you still stretch it further, it will still go further. That is how our brain is. But our brain is more elastic than the rubber band, because there is a place you will stretch rubber band, it will cut. But there is no place you will stretch the brain and it will cut. The only thing is that you as a human will be thinking you are going to run mad. But you can never run mad. At some point you rest, come back to it. So there is nobody that wants to travel abroad. Nobody that your plan, you must have a plan. To an extent, I will even tell you that one plan is not enough, because you must have a plan A, you must have a plan B, possibly plan C. So it's not that you want to travel, you've not actually done anything, you have not actually planned anything. It's just in your head. First of all, calm down. You are looking for a job, you don't have a CV. You want to apply for a job in other countries, you have not prepared your CV. You don't even know what cover letter is. You don't even know how to prepare it. And the informations are on my page, on my YouTube channel for you to access. And you sometimes you say you don't know how to do it, but I have given step-to-step details, to the extent that I even show you a site where you will go. The only thing you need to do is to put your details in it. Put your details, only your details, and print it out, and everything will become yours. Right? So informations are everywhere. So if some people that are saying they want to travel, they want to do this, they want to do that, first of all, you must calm down and ask yourself some certain questions that can make you to draw a plan for yourself. So if you want to travel, determine the route you want to. I always say this, determine the route you want to travel through. This determination of route depends on your own personal situation. Some people may want to go to school, but they don't have the money. Some people may want to go to school, but it's not their interest. Some people may want to go to school, but probably it's in their own situation, it's not going to work out for them. Then they'll go for work. Some people will want to go through work, but they don't have the time to start searching for a job. Some people may want to go to work, but they don't even have any skills that can help them land a job. So what brought me to this extent is when I was trying to talk about something, right? Now, you are saying you want to travel through job. You want to travel through this, you want to travel through that. Number one, why I talked about plan. Number one, the money you don't have. Money is not even the problem. When you don't have the money, you are in my situation that I was a few years ago. And the situation, if you are in a situation of lack, that is when the level of your creativity will increase. It seems sometimes to me, it's as if, lack, a kind of, and unleashes the creativity in oneself. Because it is when you lack something, when you lack water, is when you're going to be thinking how to get water. Is there any tap around? If there are no tap, is there any way I can fetch water? You start thinking of how to get, but when that water abound, what are you thinking? Do you understand? So, number one is that some of us, we don't have the money, And we lack that energy to put in the energy and put in the work ourselves. You must decide one. Is either you have the money, even the money is not enough, said, because there are so many people who are willing to give me the money. I don't collect money. Get us this one, get us that. I don't even have that time. I have told you how it works here. You must, if you're following me, you must do the work. I must teach you how to do it, and you will do it yourself. It's not difficult. The only thing there is for us to make up our mind. Have your timing. From now to now, I must achieve this result. Even if I don't achieve this result, at least I'll get to 80-90% of achieving it, so that the upper time that I will add to it, I will definitely get what I'm looking for. But some of us don't do that kind of thing. We just live our life anyhow, anywhere, belly face, anything that comes in a day, we take it like that. And it's not a plan. You must have a plan. You must have a plan. So if you don't have the money, of course, there are many people who have the money to pay for resident permit, but they don't have the job, right? So what you will do is use the whole of that time you don't have. Can you bring down yourself? Start from the step one and start learning. During my own time, I had the brain, I have the ability, I have everything. Like I always tell you people, I got so many admissions, but my problem was the money to finance it. At some point, if I'm not the person that, okay, I have knowledge of some certain things, what I would have done, those admission I got, I will start going to embassy to make application. What are you applying when you know that you don't have proof of fund? Definitely, without proof of fund, you will get denial. So there is no need for me to start going to apply until I make sure that I have all the requirements. And I was looking for scholarship. Unfortunately, I lost hope in scholarship, especially when it has to do with some bodies in Nigeria organizing it. I know how many times I applied for, let me not go there, but that's gone. You understand? So learn how to commit your time, because that time you're saying you don't have, what are you using it to do? You're going to use it and do most things that are not important in your life. Now, next year, you still come back and meet that same thing that was important that you said you don't have time for. Next 2 years, if you don't still solve it, you will still come back and meet that same thing you said you don't have time for. And what time do you now have? Those things you did, leaving the main important one. Of what benefit are they to you? And then you're still looking for this one. Why don't you leave these ones that are frivolities for now and you don't understand, and focus on the one that is the main target for you, that can even help you to get this one, and then see how you can get the other one. Right? I was telling you guys that I came here, it's not as if resting or playing or doing other things are not important to me, but I have my priorities, and when I set my priorities, I get them first before I look for other things. When you set priorities, make sure you abide by it. It's a personal decision. Some of us may not have that strong will to abide by it, but at least go to some level of percentage that is higher in achieving it. We are all human. At times we err. So it is very, very important that you commit your time. Give your time. Some people will come to me, hey, I've been applying and I'm not getting. How many job applications have you made? I told you initially that until I did not count the applications I made before I learned, because one thing about, I don't know how to organize all those thoughts. If I'm talking this one will come. If I'm talking this one will come. But then let's move on. Those that are intelligent enough, those whose what I'm saying are meant for, will really be taking the points I'm making. Right? I'm not saying it because I'm qualified to be giving you information. I'm not keep doing what I'm doing because I have enough to be given, right? But I'm just doing it because at some point in my life, I missed what I'm doing. I missed it. Nobody gave it to me, and nobody was able to give it to me the way I'm giving it to you. And that led me to spending more time. That led me to spending more energy, more money on getting the things I'm able to get today, even though I see myself as I've not achieved anything at all. So if what I'm saying is actually for you, then it's for you. If it's not for you, there are people around you who you can share this information to and it will benefit them. So why don't you like my video? Why don't you share it and help others as well? So when in my own condition, when I was in this particular condition that some people are looking out for greener pastures, before I started making my application that I counted up to 3,000 plus before I had a breakthrough, right? I was doing my application anywhere belly face, anywhere belly face. That is what most of us do now. I don't even know, because one thing I've realized about life is the more you go, the more you do something, the more you learn. If you're the person that is more observant, the more you learn, the more you equip yourself, the more you develop yourself, and the more you get better in that thing you're doing, until if you continue with and continue doing it consistently, be determined about it, and know that there is no two ways for me apart from this. There is no how you will not get your breakthrough. And one thing you should understand is nobody in this world will want to hear from you. Nobody in this world will want to hear your story when you're still where you are until you have a breakthrough in that particular thing. Most of you have more serious stories and more interesting stories than I even have. But it may be impossible for you to tell that story if you have not actually gotten what you're looking for, right? So why don't you give it your all? Why don't you give it your all? You are not, most things that you're giving more attention to, the demand it demands that you cut down those attention, channel those attention to what actually it's is. Okay, ask yourself, what is it today that, what is that one thing that is in my plan among every other thing that if I get it, at least it will help me to actualize two or three, four, 2, 3 to 4 other plans that I have. That is how I normally set my priorities. I may have 5 different things that are important to me, but out of those 5 different things, or let me say 10 different things that are important to me, now there is one of it that I will achieve. It will only be that I achieve one aim. There are one that I may achieve, it will be that I have achieved it. That one I achieve will help me to achieve about 2 in that 10. That is making it 3. Remember, I achieved 1 and 1 helped me to achieve 3. There is also 1 among those 10 that I will achieve, only 1, and it will open doors for me to easily achieve about 5 out of 10. Those ones, those kind of ones are your major aim where you should focus on. So leave things that are frivolities and focus, channel your energy more. It is not difficult for you to draft your CV. What is in CV? CV, I always explain to you, I have a definition for CV, and until you start seeing CV as my own part of definition, it may be difficult for you to get a job. Let me know if you want me to give you that definition. Write it in the comment section. Let me see. When my heart is over. So if actually you want me to give you my own personal definition of CV, let me know on the comment section. Then I'll give you my own personal definition of CV. The law said, I filled over 500 applications after graduation before getting my first job. Okay, you see, and some people are not applying. They may think it's a joke. Scale of reference. Scale of preference, a big scale of reference is scale of preference, not scale of reference. Jojo, apply for Canada visa without agent. I don't understand. Jane said, vacation days, I googled, you have the right of paid vacation days 25 days in Finland, okay? Innocent, apply for, I don't understand what you mean, innocent. So I always say this. Let me say this, guys. It's remaining 5 minutes for me to be live here. Like you can see, these are work waiting for me to finish. And I've been working since morning, but not this particular job. I did another job since morning till now. So this one now I have to do it from now till probably maybe 3 a.m. or 5 a.m. And I'll go to sleep and start tomorrow's work as well. So you can see how it is. So there is something I want to say here, that until you start seeing your CV, I don't know if the video is clear enough now. It's late already. It's late already. I have made over 20 applications and still counting. You have not started. 20 is nothing. 20 application is nothing. So I'll come back to that. So until you start, when you're making application for jobs, first of all, you need your CV to be very, very good and okay for it. And sometimes I even go as much as editing my CV for a specific job that I'm applying, because you don't just start throwing application like I started doing during my early stage of learning how to make application. I will just see a job, as long as maybe I'm looking for a caregiver's job. As long as I see that caregiver or I see anything related, I will just throw my CV at them. Say, thank you, sir. I'm hoping to get back. I look forward to hearing back from you. Thank you. That one is gone. Now, so you go look forward, look forward, look forward. Before you know they see anybody for forward, and you know they see anybody for backward. That's so life just be. You understand? So you need to prepare yourself. You need to make yourself very, very prepared. Now, that CV, my own definition of CV is just very, very simple. That for me, CV can be defined, it can just be defined as a representation of you, who is the applicant or the job seeker. A representation of you before your potential employer. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you're not seeing CV like I am seeing it, like what I just defined, it will be difficult for you to land your job. I don't know if I'm making sense. Until you start seeing your CV as a physical representation of you. Remember, you are not where you are making that application. You may be in Nigeria, you may be in Ghana, you may be in Canada, you may be in Cote d'Ivoire, and you're making application in Germany, you're making application in France, you're making application in Austria, Australia, and the rest of them. So when your employer is holding your CV, this is CV. Just start seeing that your CV as you, because he is looking for, when he is looking at that CV, he's only trying to imagine who you are. Because if you present who you are very well in this CV, then you have passed the first stage of the test in getting a job. If you didn't present yourself well in this CV, they will throw you to the garbage and call next. This is practicality of life. This is how it happens. So when you present yourself, they look at that CV and say, oh, okay, he has this, he has that. Remember, I'm teaching so many different, I have taught so many different patterns through which you can get a job. So many these secrets, so many tips that you can use. It is not only CV. Some people, it works for them. CV gets what they are looking for. Some people need to put a touch of hard work on their CV. Not now, they have created the CV. They need to put a small touch of hard work adding to their CV, not putting it to their CV. After they have made that application, they will make that touch of effort for them to scale through. And what is that touch of effort? I made it my own self, and it worked for me. You don't just throw your CV. Even if you have the most wonderful CV, your situation may change from others. When you submit your application, you call, you reach out, you send a mail, present yourself very well. it may give you the opportunity of the employer asking you, what mail did you submit the CV with? What is your email address? They will go back and start looking for that CV that they must have thrown away or they must have forgotten. So it's not enough for you to send in application. And application sending, I'm telling you now, is not just that you see any job opening and you apply. You are wasting your time. First of all, go through the job description. Some of us don't even know what job descriptions are. And we are making application on daily basis. When you go through the job description, look at what skill that is required. There are two things that I always point out, which is a secret to success. In those skills that they need, I normally categorize them into two. They have soft skills that they need. They also have what I call, interpersonal skills. Soft skills are related to interpersonal skills. They have soft skills and hard skills. The soft skills are a kind of interpersonal skills. Like someone will say that he needs somebody who is determined. He needs somebody who is honest. Do you understand? He needs somebody who is dedicated. Dedication, all those kind of, do you understand? Those things are intangible. They are not tangible for you to see. Then the hard skill, somebody will say, he needs somebody who knows ArchiCAD. He needs somebody who can operate forklifts. He needs somebody who can, you understand the area I'm going to. These hard skills now are the tangible ones that you can do with your hand that are physical for you to see when somebody is doing it. I don't know if somebody is really understanding what I'm saying. Then is divided. They may not divide it for you, but for me, I have made application to the level that I have my own theory of application making once it comes to jobs and study. I have my own theory, how I have theorized everything, and it's really working for me. Apart from the fact that in some certain circumstances, some some factors may play out, and it may be as if this thing may not work, but if you continue with it, it will work. It will work. I'm telling you. When I was outside of the country I am into now, when I was in Nigeria, I was using my CV to apply. But after I came here, I was using my CV, but majority of the work I'm doing here now, I don't need CV to start applying for those jobs again. I only get those jobs through how I present myself to the potential employer, how I talk to them, how I was able to carry the ideas I have, I threw it into them. Do you understand? Now I have gone beyond paper representation of myself. I am now doing a physical representation of myself. That is why I'm telling you, you need to be very, very prepared. You need to prepare yourself emotionally, physically, mentally, psychologically. What else can I put Kali for it, if you can remind me? So you need to prepare yourself holistically. It's very, very important. So well, I'm not saying it for you to get scared. What I'm saying is just very, very simple for you to do. Learn to be outspoken. Learn to be smart. Very, very important. Learn to be smart. Very, very important. Some of us are smart in the other way around, which is negative. Learn to be positively smart. Learn to use advantages for your own good. Some of the stones people throw at you, learn to convert it to stepping stones. And through that way, you can never fall. Because every stone thrown at you for you to fall will always be a stepping stone for you to get to a higher level. I will be ending this live here. I don't know if you benefited something. I don't know if I've been able to add to your own knowledge. I don't know if the 1 hour I give to you if it's actually worth it. Let me know on the comment section. And I remain my humble self, Okpara Chidozie Kingsley. And some of you who are trying to reach me that have not been able to reach me, I ask you to go to my Facebook, King's Consult. When you get there, follow us on Facebook. Also, make sure you subscribe to this channel because I'm giving out something of this nature every time I have the time to come here, right? And we also have programs going on. And if you're planning to travel out, this is the best channel for you to be in. I may not directly give you money, I may not directly give you anything, but I have some of the information that can as well help you. Even if it's not now, then later, even if it's not you directly, there may be somebody you can tell what I have told you, and the person will progress, and the person will remember you someday and say, hey, this my auntie, this my brother actually told me this. And I always tell you that whatever be your dream, whatever be your ambition, it is not too big for you to achieve it. It is not impossible for you to achieve it. It will only be impossible when you see it to be impossible. That place, that's whatever it is, it will only be impossible if you decide to yourself that it is impossible. And I always tell you that if you are going to a particular place, your destination, you're going to your dream, you're going to your El Dorado, right, as they may call it, and you meet a closed door, please and please don't turn back because the door is closed. If actually that is where you want to be, knock on that door. If everybody is turning back because the door is closed, knock on that door. If the door doesn't open, don't turn back. Be staring at that door and think of what to do. If you can't find any other thing to do, keep hitting on the door. If the door still remains closed, find something that can help you put more energy in hitting at the door. If it still doesn't open, continue with determination, no matter the material that door is made with your consistency, with your commitment, with your energy, it must break down. And when it breaks down, I bet you that you will forget all the stress. You will forget all the time you have wasted. You will forget all the pains you have passed through in opening that door. And your dream will be realized. Thank you so much for joining me. I believe that we all achieve our dream and the world become a better place for all of us. See you next time. Bye.